Young people, would you come on forward? I want to talk about what we just heard. So come on forward, and if you would pass out your stones, I'll give them to the children. If you pass them out to maybe one more. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. One of my favorite things to do is to talk about God and to come together with other people who want to talk about God. So, thanks for being here this morning. Today we have a story that involves Jesus. Who are the other characters? Who else was in the story? There's a woman at the well, a woman at the watering well, and there's Jesus. Good? Yeah. And Jesus. Jesus is always a good answer. Jesus. And the object is, what was the object? Water. Okay, tell me the things you know to be true about water. What do you know about water?
It's wet.
It's wet. Good. Truth. What do we know about water?
It's pretty much made of air too.
What else do we know about water?
It's made of heat, hydrogen, and oxygen.
Chemists among us. I don't really know if I'm ready to do a sermon on that yet, but
you need it to survive.
You need it to survive, right? We're mostly made of water. Okay, what else do we know to be true about water? What about our youthful adults? What do you know to be truthful about water? It flows. Flows. It runs down. It cleanses. You need it. What about over here?
Mandatory.
It's mandatory, right? Yeah.
It also provides a food source, fish.
Okay, good. So, awesome. Thinking outside of the human species. Great. It's home for sea life, okay, like fish, and also we're saying plants need it.
Our bodies are 70%.
Our bodies are 70% made of water and quenches thirst. 2/3 of our planet is made of water. So this morning when you turned on the faucet, what came out? And it was clean, and it quenched thirst, and we needed it, and it cleaned our teeth, and we maybe ate with it. And what if I told you that those things are no longer true? What if I told you that there wasn't enough water for everybody? What if I told you that you were really in need of water and you would go thirsty? What if you lived in a place where many people live that's in drought? I know it's hard for us to imagine. But wherever you went, what if it was the case that you lived and you were in a place of real need of water? This is not just an imaginary situation, right? Yeah. Many people turn on their faucets and the water is brown. Many people drink water and they get sick, and they can't take that risk, and on and on. And it is a privilege that we imagine it right now. The woman who met Jesus at the well, I'm not sure if her need and her craving and her desperation and her suffering had to do directly with her access to water. I could imagine that could have been the case. But what we do know is that a deep conversation happened between the woman and Jesus about need, about her craving and her thirst, and the things that she was desperate for. So the woman, we do know, she endured a lot of judgments by other people because people saw her as less than. She craved to be thought of as more, or to at least be equal. We know that people treated her poorly. We know that she endured a lot of prejudice, and that she was poor, and she was hungry or thirsty for it to be different. And Jesus completely empathized with her. And what he says, if we read a little bit more, what he says is this great line. He says, I know everything about you. I know everything that you have ever done. And Jesus wants to be her friend. What's implied but not said is, what do you think follows because you know God? Jesus says, I know everything about you. I know every single thing that you have ever done. And what do you think he might have said? I love you anyway. When she was at the well, in that place of need, a place of desperation and suffering and thirst and quenching, just like the world's best friend who knows everything about you and forgives you and accepts you anyway, I imagine that she said to him, I've been waiting my entire life to hear that. I've been waiting forever to hear those words. That you are completely and perfectly forgiven and loved, and I want to be your friend. And then she, with that, then she goes out and she changes the world. She loves one person at a time. One person, another person, another person. So today, I'm going to give you a stone, and it's just a symbol. It's a symbol of a hardship that you might be facing, maybe some kind of grief, maybe a loss, something that worries you, an anxiety, something that you thirst for, quench for, a hardship. I definitely want to. All right. So anything that was suffering. It could be one thing. Feel that stone. Think about those things that trouble you. Kind of in the form of a stone. And we are going to have some silence, and I'll invite you all back to be with your families and be with your pew, in the pew, and we're going to sing a song. And while we sing a song together, I'll invite you to, if you want, to tell God all about that suffering and to put your suffering in this deep, deep, deep well. It's a symbol. But the well, I invite you to place your suffering in the water. And then, please hear, you are completely and perfectly forgiven and loved. This is the eternal living water, the real stuff. So I invite you into silence and to go back to your pews, and we'll have some quiet, and then we'll sing, and I'll invite you to engage with the water.